baby. It is your girl Black Like Freak Out. Let me just say this shit. Biden ain't gonna win the election. His voting base are gonna be dead by the end of the summer. Um, MSN NBC. I watched a news clip yesterday. They said Texas and Florida alone, although there's several states having an increase of coronavirus cases, which means there's going to be an increase in death toll cases. Texas and Florida alone, right about now, the ethnic group that is dying the most in the hospitals are blacks and Hispanic. Plus, 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 they're seeing an increase of people in the age category 20 and 30 years old, 20 somethings, 30 somethings are the ones coming to the hospital in droves. Not the elderly people. Oh, I'm sure the baby boomers and people older than the baby boomers, um, the World War II, whatever's left of the World War II folks born in that era, of course, they're probably dying off because they showed a news report of a Mexican couple. They were in their 80s, husband and wife. They died from the coronavirus within an hour. Within the husband died first, and the wife died second. And they were showing families in Texas. This one dude, he was crying because both of his parents died, um, like a day apart. His father died one day, and then his mom died the next day. Elderly, white, probably were born a little, probably during World War II. So, so here's the thing: the people that protested in early May, the Republicans, the Get Back to Work people, and the people that celebrated Memorial Day, going to beaches, not social distancing, not wearing a mask. We're feeling the effects of it now. Now. So I'm speculating that if you have a piss poor immune system, you can get sick in a couple of days and die. If you have a mediocre immune system, it might take you 14 to 21 days for you to notice that you are getting sick and to die. But if you have a pretty good above average immune system, I'm thinking since a lot of people are getting sick now, and let's say the first protests were like the first week in May, that's almost that's almost 2 months. 2 months. 2 months. So now we're really seeing that if you have an above average immune system, it can take up to 2 months to get sick. That's scary if you think about it. This is more than, oh, quarantine for 2 weeks. You can quarantine for 2 weeks and then, oh, okay, I don't got the coronavirus. But baby, 6 weeks, 6 weeks, you start going, I need to go to the doctor. I ain't feeling too good. This ain't a normal chest congestion that I'm used to. This feels a little weird or like something else. Baby, that's that's the Republican states. So that means all the Black Lives Matter people that protested the last week of April, if they got a pretty good immune system, they ain't gonna show signs of illness and heading up to the hospital until late July. Late July. If they got a piss poor to mediocre immune system, they probably some of those people are probably getting sick right now. And Illinois is not part of that list of states with increased coronavirus cases, but I bet you Chicago will. Chicago will have increased cases because I've noticed the past 7 days I'm hearing ambulances 5 to 10 times per day all fucking day. Probably even a little bit more than 10. Stopping in my neighborhood. Yes, maybe the whole state of Illinois, there's getting less coronavirus cases. But since Chicago was participating in the Black Lives Matter, then then than any other city in Illinois, I'm so sure that me hearing all these ambulances all fucking day long is due to the Black Lives Matter. If it's not the people that actually protested themselves, it's probably their relatives. Because if many of the people who protested are in the age 20 and 30 category, they're pretty young. If they caught the virus while protesting because many people were not wearing masks, you can look at any Black Lives Matter newscast from LA to Seattle to Atlanta to Miami to New York to Chicago, other places. Many people were not wearing a mask. And just because you got a mask slap up on your goddamn face, many materials give 50 to 0% protection. So you can still inhale the virus up in your goddamn face. So I'm speculating if a above average if a person with above average immune system contracts the coronavirus and they're asymptomatic, but they go home to a relative that has a weaker immune system than they do, then they're killing off their goddamn relatives at home. That's what they're doing. And I'm suspecting that's what's happening because I am hearing ambulances like crazy, like crazy the past 7 days. Past 7 days. Now, let's go back to age 20 something, 30 something dying off. Now, they ain't doing, what political party these people are. But this is coming out of Texas and Florida. I'm so sure these are, you know, kids who probably most likely 8 times out of 10 Republicans. Okay? Okay? Oh, it's coming for the Black Lives Matter people in July. In July. And those are liberals, aka Democrats. It's coming for them. MSNBC said there was a 17-year-old that died from the coronavirus and he was from California. Now, I don't know where in California because that would determine if he was a Republican or possibly a Democrat. They didn't mention where he came from. They just said it was a 17-year-old that died in the hospital the day before in California. So they're seeing cases of younger and younger people dying from the coronavirus because they are the ones who feel invisible. Like, I'm young. The chances of me dying from the coronavirus is very slim compared to somebody twice, 3 times my age. Again, look at them Black Lives Matter videos across the United States. Many are not wearing face masks, or if they had a face mask, the face mask is down to their neck while they screaming and shouting and shit. What's the point of having a face mask if you ain't having it up around your nose and your mouth? Just doing stupid shit. Just doing stupid shit. So it's gonna take a while. I've been noticing if it takes almost 8 weeks for people to get extremely ill right about now due to the various protesting in May or hanging out, socializing with those people, contracting from other people who protested. And baby, 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 it's going to take about a good 8 weeks starting during the first week of the protest. That was Memorial Day week. That was the protesting started. Memorial Day happened on Monday. I do believe I remember seeing people talking about protesting Wednesday or Thursday. Baby, it is almost has been a month since the George Floyd situation. It's been a month. We got another 4 weeks. We got another 4 weeks, baby. And people are still protesting. I went downtown Chicago. I'm downtown, but I'm just saying. I was downtown and Michigan Avenue had protesters. They weren't walking and protesting. They were sitting in the middle of the street where traffic couldn't go north nor south. They were on both sides of the street just sitting down. It had to been like 150 to 200 people plopping their ass down the street. Buses, cars just packed up, couldn't go nowhere. That was 12:30, 1 o'clock. Because I was walking around that area to try to find a drugstore to get some batteries. So I was like, you know what? It's nice outside. Let me go to Mag Mile and do a little bit of window shopping. I went up in Water Tower. I went on Oak Street, looked at Chanel, Versace, Tom Ford. I didn't even go in because after the rioting and stuff, a lot of stores got police security inside the store and outside the store. Chanel, you can't just go in. You gotta wait in line. They were only allowing a few people to come into the store, and there was a police person, police security, because he had a vest that said police security. He was allowing people to go in. He was making the determination who can go in and who can't. Many of the boutique stores, like Tom Ford, still boarded up, not open, not open. I'm assuming they're not, because some stores are boarding up so you can't see inside, so you can get curious about what you can steal and not steal and take advantage. I believe Tom Ford was broken into and looted. There was a lot of looted luxury boutiques, not well, stores, boutiques, but I just like to call the luxury brands boutiques boarded up because they probably got looted real bad that weekend George Floyd got killed. After George Floyd got killed, Ferragamo, Salvatore Ferragamo was closed on State Street. It looked closed to me, and it looked empty. Like they said, fuck it. We're taking all of our products out of the store and we're not having any products in the store until we are ready to open up. Unless they're leaving for good. And the Salvatore Ferragamo store is a big store. It's pretty big. It's pretty big. It takes half of a block. Not really, but basically, it takes 1/3 of the block on Michigan. 1/3. That's pretty big. That's pretty big for floor space, baby. Baby, they were like, no, we're taking all of our products out. So if anyone wants to try to break in, there ain't nothing to break into. And we're not ready to open up until we open up, baby. So I was like, let me just. I'm walking around like the southern part of Lincoln Park because I'm way up there, and I was like, you know what? I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm not gonna walk home. I took the bus. They were still out there protesting. This is like 5:30. 5:30. They were still sitting out on the street protesting that cops were telling cops and the CTA, Chicago Transit Authority, were telling buses and cars to reroute. To reroute. What are you going to accomplish sitting out in the middle of the fucking street? I don't know. For several hours. Again, if I saw them do that crap while walking around downtown at between 12:30 and 1, who knows how long they've been doing that in the morning time. How long they've been sitting out after 5:30. Technically, they should get arrested. According to Chicago law, if you want to use the street, you have to get a permit to do a parade. Otherwise, the police have the right to arrest you if you are obstructing traffic for any goddamn reason. It is against the law to do that. But you know the police, if they touch somebody in order to handcuff them, all these Black Lives Matter people are gonna be like, "See, the police is just messing with us for no goddamn reason, and they're taking away our rights to protest and blah 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 blah." And then if there's gonna be a scuffle with somebody trying to resist arrest, where the police gotta fight and hold them down, then they're gonna be like, we can't breathe, or do this, just instigating bullshit. And the police, they're like, we're not playing these games, so we're not going to arrest them. We just have a whole bunch of paddy wagons and police cars around, all on State Street too, Wabash, and then the other side of Michigan going towards the lake. I don't know what that little run street is, like you trying to pass through Grant Park. They were like, we're just gonna sit out here with you all fucking day, bitch. You want to start some bullshit so you can scream, kill 90, kill 12, or fuck 12. You want that shit to happen because you know that obstructing traffic is illegal and the cause for arrest. We too smart. We ain't playing these games with your ass. Y'all being manipulative and want to start some bullshit. Sit down in the middle of the fucking street all fucking day. We got time, bitch. We got time. We got water and food in our police cars, bitch. We got time. We got time. We're not trying to do anything so you can call ABC and NBC News and CNN and talk about, come look at the police treating us so bad. It's just so awful. Blah, 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 blah. No, nope, nope. The police got a little media training under their belt right about now. The stupidity of it all. But baby, they're gonna learn. They're gonna learn that at the end of January, when they start coughing and getting surprised, like, oh my god, I got pneumonia, but I'm 20 something, or I'm 30 something, or I'm 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. But baby, I guess you didn't hear in the news report that 20 something and 30 something is the new age for dying from COVID-19. I guess you didn't get the report. I guess you ain't getting the report because you thought you were young and you're invisible compared to somebody 40, 50, 60 something, 70, 80, 90. You thought that this coronavirus ain't going to touch you. Ain't going to touch your soul. They're going to learn. They're gonna learn by the end, baby. I shouldn't even say by the end of July. By let's just say August 1st. They're gonna learn by August 1st. That's Biden's voting base. If many blacks, not to say there aren't any blacks or Latino Republicans, states like Florida and Texas, there's probably greater possibility of someone being a Republican. But Houston is they're pretty much Democrat in Houston. And when I watched MSNBC, they interviewed a black nurse in a hospital in Houston. She started breaking down in tears and had a little mini nervous breakdown when the news reporter was asking her, "How does it make you feel as a nurse to see an influx of blacks coming to the hospital needing treatment?" And then she couldn't answer. She was talking pretty good before he asked that question. She started having a little mini nervous breakdown and started boo-hooing. She couldn't try to talk. This woman knows that the next 4 weeks, next 4 to 6 weeks, shit is going to get really bad for a lot of people of color because they have exposed themselves to the coronavirus. Protests. The people getting sick now are probably not even protesters. They're probably folks going to church when they shouldn't have been going to church and not wearing a face mask, going to church and not social distancing. Maybe if they didn't participate in let's go back to work, because the media only mostly show white folks doing that. Not to say they ain't no black folks or no Latinos who didn't protest let's get back to work. But maybe they've been in contact with somebody who did protest. And if they ain't wearing a mask, if they ain't social distancing properly, then they contracted for somebody else. Florida a little different. Florida people going to the beaches. I don't give a fuck when anybody says I'm going to enjoy the sun and enjoy going to the beach. It is the Black Lives Matter folks that's going to have the day of reckoning late July. By August 1st. They're next. They are next. And you can tell them all fucking day long. I'm going to be deleting more dumbasses off my Facebook. They're congratulating each other for going to more protests. And depending on where they're from on my Facebook, they're congratulating each other going to demonstrations, tearing down statues. What's pissing me off is these white so-called Black Lives Matter folks cheering on, knowing that blacks and Hispanics are at risk of dying at a quicker rate, cheering on their black friends. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Go to the protest. Yeah, I'll meet you down there too. Obviously, Black Lives doesn't matter if you know that there's a pandemic going on that can kill off your black friends and Latino friends quicker than it kills off your white friends. That's pissing me off. That is pissing me the fuck off. I'm not impressed by white liberals. I am not impressed by white liberals. I have said this many times on Facebook. I was like, many times these white liberals think they're helping somebody, but they're really aiding to the destruction of the black community. But you know what? They and many black folks are so fucking impressed by people cheering them on to die off. I, I'm I'm going to delete this white dude off of my goddamn Facebook because he's cheering on his black friends to go to a certain area to help tear down a goddamn statue. Here's my thing. Statue has been in existence in all your fucking life. That statue never bothered you. You never had thoughts of tearing it down. But right about now, you tearing down a statue among a sea of 500,000 people. That's the thing you think to do right about now. Well, there's a pandemic, but you didn't think about tearing down a statue before the pandemic. Last year, the year before that, the year before that, you never had an opinion about a fucking statue ever in your goddamn life. But right about now, while black folks are dying way more than whites, encouraging your black friends to get in a large crowd while there's a pandemic that's going to kill them off. The statue is the most important thing in your life right about now, to tear it down. Tear it down. It's your greatest concern. All of a sudden, you paying attention to a statue that you never paid attention to before. Give me a fucking break. Give me a fucking break. You didn't even notice that that statue was there. The only reason y'all tearing down statues is because y'all emulating the Black Lives Matter folks up in London who tore down a statue of some British dude that was participated in the slave trade, from Africa to the Caribbean or some shit like that. And then y'all thinking, oh, well, they're tearing down statues. Let me emulate. Let me emulate. Y'all never noticed the statue of some white dude who so happened to have slaves. Y'all didn't notice that shit uh, until now, right? Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It never crossed your mind who that white dude on a horse in bronze, who he is, and what is his history, and why is he has a monument. It never. Y'all probably saw it most of the time walking down the street, riding your bike, driving a car. Y'all never question who's that person in the statue. Never. But now y'all investigating every goddamn statue across the United States and one. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? While there's a pandemic going on. Oh God. This is silly. This is silly. I'm not fucking worried about it. I'm not fucking worried. When August, baby, when August first comes around, it's gonna be a massacre. A massacre. A coronavirus massacre. Guess what coronavirus motto is? It ain't Black Lives Matter. It ain't Blue Lives Matter. It ain't All Lives Matter. Coronavirus says no lives matter. That's the motto of coronavirus. No lives matter. Y'all gonna find that out. Y'all gonna find that out. Not only that, it don't give a fuck if you Republican or Democrat or black, white, Hispanic. If you stupid enough to be in a crowd of people, I don't give a shit if it's under 10 people, over 10 people, over 100, baby. You gonna find it out the hard way when you start coughing and can't breathe. And when you coughing, because usually when you used to coughing, some phlegm come up. But when you got pneumonia, you can be coughing, thinking you can cough up the liquid, the fluid, the mucus. Ain't shit coming up. I know. I had pneumonia once where it kept me in the hospital for a week. Pneumonia on my left side of the lungs. And I speculate I had a mild case when I had coronavirus symptoms back in November around Thanksgiving. I didn't know it was the coronavirus back then. I didn't realize it was a coronavirus until like mid January, early February. I was like, you know what? I think I had the shit back around Thanksgiving. And that's when I start wearing a face mask when I realized my symptoms were probably the coronavirus, and I was wearing a face mask and social distancing the best way I could. I still had to work, but I was like, if the only places I'm traveling to is work and the fucking grocery store. Other than that, I'm not hanging around nobody. I am not socializing with anybody. I baby, baby, people talking about they can't stand the quarantine for the past 3 months because of cabin fever. Baby, I've been suffering cabin fever since January, mid January. I'd rather be alone than to be dead. And especially when I experienced the coronavirus, whatever strain that was, because for all we know, the strain could have mutated by now. That's been several months. So I can't even assume, oh, I had the coronavirus already. I can afford to walk without a mask because I've been sick already. Baby, baby. I don't know if there's a second or third strain out there. Somebody walking around with a second or third strain where I can get sick and possibly get sick all over again, possibly die. You think I'd rather be by myself and learn how to be by myself than be sick again and die? You mad because you got cabin fever? So you rather be out and about in public exposing yourself to the coronavirus because you just don't like cabin fever. What's the point of paying mortgage and paying rent so you can have a home, a roof over your head, and live in safety if you hate being inside your own goddamn home and the safety of your own goddamn home? Baby, I'm paying rent. I'm paying rent. I'm going to utilize me being safe by myself as much as possible. I'm blessed to have a roof over my head. Baby, when quarantine hit, all them homeless people had nowhere to go. They couldn't be hanging around stores and museums, just hanging around, sitting on benches and chairs and coffee shops and stuff like that. I was like, damn, I'm not working, but I got money in the bank to hold me over because I save. I don't be spending uselessly. And and I got a roof over my head where I'm safe and sound. And I'm watching people back in May talking about being at home. Being at home is like being in prison. What the fuck are you talking about? How is having a roof over your head, having comfortable places to sleep and sit, having a refrigerator filled up with food and cabinets filled up with food, you having television, the internet, video games to keep you busy, books to read, and talking about your home is a goddamn prison. What the fuck are you talking about, you stupid ass idiot? Americans are fucking stupid and ungrateful. Not only stupid, but fucking ungrateful. Many people are wishing they could have a home because believe me, there's nothing exciting and comfortable and luxurious than sleeping in the fucking streets while it's cold outside, hot outside with no air conditioning, and it's raining and shit. and you have no place to take a bath. Even if you had food, you had to hurry up and eat your food because you got no refrigerator to store your food. um no, you gotta, no place to find a bathroom so you can shit, because if you pee and poop outside, even in the fucking alley, and the cops come around, they can arrest you for indecent exposure, and you can get arrested for being a sex offender for pooping and peeing in public. And you talking about having a home, being inside your home while there's a pandemic going on. You inside your home in order to stay healthy. It's a prison. It's a prison. I'm quiet because I'm realizing, if you can't hear, because I have a headsets with a microphone close to my mouth, so my microphone could be drowning out the noise. I've been hearing for the past 7 days an increase of ambulance sirens going up and down my neighborhood. About, I swear to God, this is between 10 to 15 of the sirens I've been hearing today. I know it's over 10, but a little under 15. I suspect that it is the Black Lives Matter protesters or Juneteenth protesters getting sick. Or if they ain't sick themselves as of yet, they probably infected a family member or close friend who has a poor immune system. The past 7 days, I've been noticing an increase of ambulance sirens. This is a start of Black Lives Matter folks getting sick, possibly dying. A start. But a whole lot more are going to be sick by August 1st, because it's taken almost 8 weeks, 8 weeks since the first week of May for a lot of people to get sick in the so called Republican states. You know what? Let me go check. The red states, that's what we call them. Cause I see, I never go by shit like that. You would think I should know what color red, blue, what political party is red and blue. The red states are going to hospitals in large droves and having an increase in death toll. The red states, it took 8 weeks for the red states to be concerned about the overflow of patients in ICU now. Okay. Some of the Black Lives Matter protesters who with poor immune systems, they're starting to get sick. But the ones who have healthier immune systems but still contract the virus, oh, you ain't gonna see them get ill until mid July, late July, because it's well, let's just say August 1st. August 1st, because if it takes 8 weeks. So this bullshit that it takes 14 to 21 days, 21 days max for you to find out you got the virus. I'm thinking that's not true. Maybe if you have a moderate immune system, mediocre immune system, if you got a poor immune system, then maybe it takes 48 hours up to 14 days where it takes your ass to the hospital. Okay? Moderate immune system, maybe 14 to 21 days, or a little over 21. Let's just say 14 to 30 days. 14 to 30 days. But if you have a pretty decent immune system, pretty young, pretty healthy, you can probably be asymptomatic for 8 weeks and then I don't feel too good. I'm having troubles breathing. So we have another 4 weeks, y'all. We got another 4 weeks. Because the Black Lives Matter protest happened in the last week of April. So we gotta wait until the last week of July. But basically August 1st for those folks to get sick in the blue states. In the blue states. And they still protesting outside for what? What are you changing? What are you changing by protesting? See, protesting is only good initially. Initially, and you back that shit up with something politically, like talking to your congressman, your mayor, your governor, to the point where your president wants to address it. Now, we got Trump. So you think Trump don't give a shit about Black Lives Matter? Even I am not stupid. But I'm just saying, rioting and looting ain't the way. You're just defacing your home environment. You're shitting on the place that you live in. It's almost like saying, "Oh, I'm upset and mad about something. So let me trash the inside of my home, my apartment. Let me I got some glass bottles of orange juice, milk or whatever, or some beauty products. Let me start taking plates and bottles and jars, glass jars, and start throwing shit around in my home and get some spray paint and graffiti all over the walls because I'm upset my boyfriend broke up with me." And you know what I'm saying? Let me set my mattress on fire because I'm upset that my boyfriend or girlfriend broke up with me, or my husband and wife just served me the divorce papers. You know, so I'm gonna strike a match to every goddamn thing. This is just stupid shit. Baby, I don't even think it's worth for me to vote in November. First of all, I'm like, I wanted to vote for Biden, but I'm so disappointed with what the fucking liberals did with the rioting and looting. I'll dismiss them trying to kill each other off by protesting during the middle of a pandemic. I'll dismiss that. But once you start looting and robbing each other, and I'm like, do I want to be part of a political party that have participated in criminal activity across the United States, where every large city had to shut down and get the military involved? Do I want to be part of that political party? Do I want to be a Democrat? Fuck no. Fuck no. I don't want to associate with those people. Biden won't be getting my vote. I'm thinking I will be just sitting my ass at home. I'm definitely not voting for Republican because that's going to be Trump. But I definitely don't want to vote for Biden if it makes me have to associate with the people who doing retarded shit, destroying not only the city but our neighborhoods. Our neighborhoods. No, I'm sitting my ass at home. I'm sitting my ass at home on election day, November 3rd. I'm sitting my ass at home. I am not going to be in a crowd waiting in line with a bunch of folks who are so fucking stupid. They're probably infected, and I got to stand in line with them for hours on end. This is just basing on what happened in Georgia last week. They saying they stand in line 4 to 5 hours, and they weren't even social distancing 6 feet apart. Many were upset that they were standing in line for 4 or 5 hours just to vote because they had to social distance. They had to, even though it was a half-ass social distance with people standing 3 feet away from each other, 3 or 4, and they were only letting a few people in at a time. What do you expect to happen if these people want to keep you alive while there's a pandemic going on? I'm like, I'm staying my ass at home. I wouldn't mind necessarily standing in line for 4 or 5 hours if it was to keep my health at homeostasis, neutral. I mean, where I won't get sick. I don't want to be around people complaining because things ain't speeded up. It's not instantaneous because they don't want to make a little bit of sacrifice during a pandemic. No, baby, I'm staying my ass at home. I'm staying my ass at home, and I'm taking in consideration what the possible coronavirus cases and death toll will be. Um, um, August, September, because voting, election day, is 4.5 months from now. 4.5 months from now. A lot can happen in 4 months. Hell, a lot happened within 3 months of quarantine, a so called lockdown. I say so called lockdown because it was an official lockdown, but did people pay any attention to it? Did people obey the lockdown? Did people participate in the lockdown properly? Fuck no. So, if these idiots are doing stupid shit, whether Republican or Democrat, in the past 3 months, you think it won't get more retarded 3 months from now? We told people to be in quarantine, stay at home, only go out if you need to go grocery shopping, see a doctor, walk the dog, so we can prevent the coronavirus cases from increasing and the death toll increasing. You think we gave them everything. We told them you're not only saving your life, but you're saving the life of your family members. We were using the guilt trip with their family members. Like, do you really want to see grandpa and grandma die? Do you want to see your mama and daddy die? Them people like, I don't give a fuck about who dies. And it's like, damn, you really don't give a shit if grandpa don't die. You going out running outside doing a protest, whether getting back to work or Black Lives Matter. You really don't give a shit about your family. You really don't love them. You really don't. You really don't care about the health of your family, let alone your own health. Bitch, watch these people not have a symptom, be asymptomatic, because when you're asymptomatic, you you don't even care if you got the coronavirus as long as you feeling healthy. Wait until they have contagion. Wait till they're in the stage of contagion, and let's say they don't die. Let's say they don't die. Let's say they sick. If they didn't try to quarantine to prevent from getting sick, do you think they're going to quarantine once they're sick? No. Now they're probably gonna be like, well, if I got it, then I'm gonna give it to somebody else. Coronavirus is a new HIV. You can scare people about having HIV. You can scare people for having HIV. You think a lot of people gave a fuck knowing that they got HIV? Have you heard? Look online. Look online. There's a thing called HIV uploading party. Uploading party. Uploading HIV. It's when a person has HIV and they have sex with somebody to give them HIV on purpose. On purpose, they're uploading it. That is, HIV is like a virus, right? An illness. They're uploading an illness like you upload a virus onto a computer, bitch. uploading HIV. Go Google that shit. There's sex parties where people give each other STDs on fucking purpose. Go figure, huh? Go figure, huh? And people right about now, since I was downtown yesterday, people are walking around without wearing a face mask. Ever since the Black Lives Matter riot across the United States, I'm seeing black folks, if they were wearing, black people were half-ass wearing a mask anyway. All in April, still weren't wearing a mask. Maybe some started in May. After the rioting, a lot of black people in my neighborhood have stopped wearing the mask completely. Stopped. Now I'm seeing a whole bunch of white people doing the same shit too. Even in a news report on MSN NBC, they said people in California, Texas, all over, they're not wearing a face mask. They think the pandemic is over with because businesses are opening back up and some people are allowed to go back to work. They're thinking, oh, the pandemic is over with. All right, no face mask. I'm like, God, just walking around, and it's not about like in April. They were like, it's okay to walk outside without a face mask as long as you social distance. No, 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 no. I would understand if you walking around without a face mask and you're attempting to social distance, so anybody else who comes near you who doesn't have a face mask coming in the opposite direction, and you be like, nope, I'm gonna walk on the curb of the street. You can have the sidewalk. I'm walking around you. Nah, there's people wait. Let's say they're waiting for the red light to go away, so they can cross the street. There's like five, six, seven people just sitting, just standing by each other, half an inch apart, maybe 12 inches apart. Not half an inch. Well, basically, there's some people side by side next to each other, just an inch apart, or a half a foot apart, which is 6 inches, and then maybe standing 12 feet apart at most. At most, not wearing a face mask. Like it is June 2019. I'm like, oh, god damn. People up in restaurants like crazy and bars like crazy. I stopped eating out. April, I cooked from home, and I was like, you know what? It is May. I'm missing. Sometimes I'm get tired of my own cooking. You get tired eating the same things over and over again because you're trying to utilize all the food in your home. So I was ordering food online, and I'm like, I'll just pick it up from the restaurant near me. I stopped doing that after the third, fourth restaurant where I'm seeing people cook in the kitchen, talking over the food, having conversations with the people in the kitchen whom they're working with, not wearing a face mask. I was like, someone could accidentally spit saliva while talking over my prepared food, spit coronavirus onto my food. And I was so fucking pissed. After the third, fourth time of seeing that shit, I was like, nope, I won't be eating in a restaurant now until the end of this year unless I can see people wearing a mask. I don't want to risk ordering food online and not know if they're wearing a face mask or not. And then when I pick it up, it's like I paid for the money already. I paid for the money already. So they probably ain't gonna give me a refund. And now I gotta take a risk to see am I gonna get the Rona the next three weeks. That shit ain't worth it. If I can't order at the restaurant so I can see what's going on, and if you don't have a situation where I can look into the kitchen from the counter while paying, bitch, I'm not. I'm not supporting your business. I don't want to assume that people are doing the right thing because they may not be. I was like, baby, now until the end of this year, I'm cooking from home. So my summer, I said I was going to learn how to cook Italian food, and I'm not talking about spaghetti and meatballs. I'm talking authentic Italian food, or I might choose to learn Provençal French cooking this summer after my water fast is over with, which I am doing right now. I'm like, baby, I will have to learn how to be a foodie chef at home because I gotta wait until all these people, these stupid people, die out by the end of summer or start to die out in the middle of summer. I will have to wait until fall comes around to see if it's safe for me to socialize a tad bit or to buy food from a restaurant. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. Doubt it. Summertime will be a start of the coronavirus massacre, and I'm not just being, paranoid. Right about now, Europe is saying that the United States is stupid, and they're paying close attention to the behaviors because they got consulates and embassies in the United States. Their people who work at consulates and embassies are in contact with many governments in Europe and if we can say Asia too, Africa. They're reporting on the behaviors of Americans. And these various governments around the world is paying attention to the coronavirus cases. And they're going to determine, or they are determining, at least the European Union, they're determining that there's going to be extended travel ban between the European Union and the United States. Canada travel ban with the United States is supposed to end August 1st. I wouldn't be surprised if that was extended. I wouldn't be surprised if I don't know what's going on with Mexico right now. I don't know what the hell's going on in Mexico. Can Americans travel back and forth between Mexico and the United States? If there's more death toll, way more in the United States than Mexico, Mexico's going to have a travel ban. I got to find out what's going on with Mexico. And I'm like, damn, I'm gonna be fucking trapped in this country with a whole bunch of idiots killing themselves off and not giving a fuck about their own goddamn health. Not giving a fuck about their own goddamn health that they're willing if you don't give a shit about yourself whether you live or die, do you think you gonna give a shit about indirectly, accidentally, or hell, premeditatively killing somebody else, you passing your illness to somebody else? Baby, I'm paranoid. I don't want to get sick again. And I speculated I had the coronavirus back in Thanksgiving, along with my other coworkers who had the same type of symptoms. They maybe didn't get sick until early December, the first 2 weeks. Baby, I didn't heal from that. Whatever that was, I'm speculating it was the coronavirus. I didn't heal until mid March. So let's just say let's Thanksgiving is November 25th, right? Let's not even include November. Let's just count December, January, February, then March 15th. That's 3.5 months. But let's include the last week of December since, I got sick Thanksgiving weekend. I was sick for 3 months and 3 weeks. Basically almost 4 months. It took me 4 months to feel better. I had like walking pneumonia symptoms for fucking 4 months, fevers on and off, flu symptoms on and off, headaches on and off, like migraines on and off. I don't want to get sick again, and I definitely don't want nobody else to make me sick. There's people who don't give a fuck about getting sick, and most likely ain't giving a fuck if they get their family members sick. And I'm trapped. I am trapped with these psychopaths. It could be interchangeable. I'm gonna be trapped with these personality disordered motherfuckers until this thing ends, whenever it may end. 2021 might be another year of this pandemic, especially if the virus mutates. Whatever vaccine they claim that they got and people could take by the end of the year, if it mutates, that vaccine ain't gonna do shit. Vaccines don't work on mutations. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Mm. Oh my god. I so wish right now I can be in Europe. The Europeans, they took their quarantine seriously. Based on many YouTube videos I watched of people living in Paris and various parts of Italy, you couldn't go outside unless you had to explain to the police where you're going, and you had to write out before you leave out your house. You had to write out on a piece of paper or type it up on your computer and print it out saying, my name is such and so and so, I'm leaving my house to go to a grocery store. Give the name of the grocery store, give the address of the grocery store. You have to state when you left out the house and speculate what time you think you're gonna get back in the house. It was that deep. And when the cops see you, like, excuse me, why are you outside the house? This is Italy, and it can be France too, but I know people in Paris specifically. I'm not sure if the cops took a photo of the piece of paper, so I don't know. I don't know. And you, then the police had to stamp that piece of paper. Had to stamp that piece of paper, write down their name and time that they saw this person outside of their home. It was that tough. It was that deep. You would have thought that Americans would have enough common sense if to want to participate and do the right thing, where we didn't have to do what Europe did. We didn't have to like do a police state type of situation. I'm so pissed that we didn't do a police state situation because people were so goddamn irresponsible that they're making situations worse. I wish there was a total lockdown. I wish there was. All through April, I was so pissed. I'm like, why everybody running outside? Running, jogging, jogging. On an average day, on my off day, when I looked outside of my window, you see few people jogging. Last year, the year before. Now everybody in April doing quarantine is a marathon runner. Everybody, everybody. I was like, what the fuck? The fuck? Everyone's acting like they're preparing for the fucking Olympics. All of a sudden, people getting to jogging for the very first time. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. So there was really no social distancing on the street if everybody's out there jogging, passing up each other, passing each other. Everyone became a walker of all of a sudden. Everybody's walking. They didn't walk on their off days before the quarantine. Now everybody's a walker, a professional athlete, whether walking or jogging. I was like, oh, y'all act like y'all can't get on YouTube and find some yoga videos or some dance aerobic videos to exercise. Walking outside and running is the only exercise y'all can do. Apparently, apparently. Um, y'all can't do no HIIT, high intensity whatever workouts. Y'all can't do what's it? High intensity training. I don't know what the extra I is for. Let's find it out. Let me be an educated person. HIT. It's not really explaining. High intensity interval training. Y'all can't do that at home in front of your television or your computer. Everyone is a speed walker or a marathon runner. I was like, oh God, this is retarded. I just can't. I just can't. That was April. I gave up thinking about it in May. And June, I gave up thinking about any god but damn body with all these protesters. I was like, oh, I can't. And they still protesting. Not social distancing, not wearing. Oh my God. Friday there was a Juneteenth um um protest went by my house. Over 1,000 people. 1,000 people. They were back to back. No standing 6 feet apart. Nothing. Back to back. Literally body touching body. And I'm in a high rise apartment, so I can't see if they wearing face masks or not. I don't own any binoculars. I was like, damn, damn, and they're mostly black too, since it's Juneteenth. So maybe all the white Black Lives supporters, they were like, let me stay out of this one. Let the black folks have their Juneteenth. And I was like, damn, the coronavirus cases in the black community is gonna hit very hard. It's already doing that shit in Texas and Florida. I was like, oh God. If the Black Lives Matter protest wasn't enough, you gotta have a Juneteenth protest too. I was like, oh God. And the strange thing is, black folks didn't give a shit about Juneteenth the year before that, and all of a sudden, it has an importance this year. Just like all of a sudden, many people didn't give a shit about many bronze statues and monuments, but all of a sudden this year, it has importance to be standing out in the crowd, sea of people. increasing your chance of contracting the coronavirus. And I say that shit because people say, well, people are wearing masks, they're protected. No, you ain't, because many people have bought counterfeit medical masks. They don't understand a lot of masks, medical ones, are counterfeit. They give no protection. Not only that, if you're wearing a fabric mask, aka a non medical mask, many fabrics, many textiles, as they want to say, or many cloth mask give 50 to 0% protection. So you can inhale the coronavirus through your nose and mouth. The coronavirus, any virus, can still go through the knitted material of the mask. So don't assume that you slap a mask on your fucking face, you're protected at least 80% or more. You're not. You're not. So why still put your life at risk being in a fucking crowd? I just don't know. Oh my God, Biden's voting base won't be alive. Oh my God, they won't be alive. If Latinos and black folks are dying in the red states, and the red states are Republican states, wait until the blue states, the so-called Democrat states. Oh, wait until they start dying off in July. Oh man. Oh man. I can't think about it no more. I'm gonna do all the bitching and complaining right about now, because when July hits, I'm giving no fucks. I'm absolutely giving no fucks. People brought it upon themselves to get sick and die. No excuses. I was tired of yesterday reading the comment section of the MSNBC news clip where they're talking about blacks and Latinos in Texas and Florida dying off. Many of these you can tell they're Black Lives Matter folks. Aha, that's what Republicans get. And I'm thinking, like, bitch, if you participate in a Black Lives Matter protest, your time is coming too. Your time. And they were going like, well, that's what Republicans get for not wearing a face mask. And I'm like, did not anyone pay attention to the goddamn news almost a month ago when the Black Lives Matter protest started? A lot of people, New York City, Chicago, Miami, Atlanta, LA, San Francisco, Seattle, they weren't wearing masks either. So many people weren't wearing masks either and not social distancing. And 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 if you had on a mask covering your mouth and face, you're not safe. If people are shouting and yelling and spitting all over the place, it gets in the air into your eyeballs, in your eyes. You can get the coronavirus in your eyes. So who gives a shit? You say to yourself, well, I wore a mask during my Black Lives Matter protest. Yeah, you can still get it in your eyes if you're standing around somebody yelling and shouting. Because when you yell, shout, sing, a lot of fluid leaves out your fucking lungs. Don't you know? In particle form. It's just as bad as standing next to somebody sneezing and coughing. Are you really that dumb? Apparently so. Apparently so. I'm giving no fucks in July. I'm just I haven't been watching the news for a while, and I decided for the first time in a week to watch the news yesterday. And I'm like, baby, I should be avoiding the news this point forward. There's nothing more I can say. I just was witness to a news report yesterday that Latinos and Hispanics in Texas and Florida are the ones having hospitalization by 45%, an increase of 45%. 45% increase. Guess what that shit is gonna look like 2 weeks from now, baby, baby. The massacre has just begun. The youth people talk about how depressed they were watching the news in April and May. You thought that was depressing. Wait and wait until July hits in August. It's gonna even be more depressing. It's gonna be more depressing. And Texas is talking about possibly doing a second round quarantine. That's how bad it is. Baby, if some of these cities or states have so-called reopened, we're going to be a shutdown lockdown again. I wouldn't be surprised in July. Whether I can't predict it's going to be the first week of July, second, third, fourth week, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be a government threatening of another quarantine lockdown. Lockdown. It's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. I'm getting off. I've been talking for an hour and 16 minutes. Baby, I just heard another siren, ambulance siren. We have to be up to 15 sirens, I've heard. I speculate by July 4th, I'm going to be hearing sirens 7, 24. And July 4th, people going to act really, if people were acting stupid Memorial Day weekend, people from Thursday, because July 4th is on a Saturday. The 1st of July is next Wednesday. Because, people got nothing better to do. So, I mean, even before the coronavirus, people start their partying on Thursday. I speculate Wednesday, people going to start their partying July 2nd. But definitely on Thursday, oh, sorry, July 2nd would be a Thursday. People gonna be partying all fucking day long. July 2nd. Of course, they're gonna be partying on Friday. And then 4th of July on Saturday. And they're gonna extend that party in. They're gonna have a post July 4th partying on Sunday. Watch, watch, watch. People still doing stupid shit. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. A doctor speculated just because of Memorial Day weekend alone, there's going to be an extra 200,000 deaths in the United States. Just for Memorial Day weekend alone. Increase that to 300,000 because of July 4th, Independence Day weekend. Increase that. So, I, if another 3,000, that's a half a million right there. That's a half a million. Add on that right now the death toll in the United States is basically 130,000. That's like saying um cuz the extra 200,000 deaths, the doctor said that's going to happen by August 1st or September 1st. So let's say more people do stupid shit 4th of July. Let's just say by October 1st. That's gonna be, if a little bit later, let's say November 1st, that's already a half a million extra people gonna be dropping dead. So in total, in total by November 1st. That is close to 700 million people being dead by November 1st. We're going to hit that 1 million. And if they still keep doing stupid shit, spreading the virus around to their family members and friends by not social distancing, I wouldn't be surprised we hit that 1 million death toll by Christmas or New Year's Day. That's if we don't go above that by then. This is all speculation, picking the minimal number, not maximum. We're just trying to pick a minimal number of how many people is going to die, which could increase. We can't even speculate what the maximum number, just the minimum. Minimum. Baby, by summertime next year, June, July next year, I wouldn't be surprised the death toll goes into 2 million. 2 million. I'm over this shit. I'm really disappointed by the United States of America. I'm disappointed in the government, and I'm disappointed in the people who want to blame the government. But the people who blaming the government, you can blame Trump all you goddamn want. What's the point of blaming Trump all you goddamn want when you doing stupid shit as a Democrat? What is the point? What is the point? You can't blame Trump for everything. You cannot blame Trump for your own decision making skills and the lack of intelligence. You can only blame Trump so far. I'm so sick and tired of this Republican versus Democrat bullshit. I am so goddamn tired when everybody's doing stupid shit. You cannot be like, I'm a Democrat and Republicans are stupid, or I'm a Republican, Democrats are stupid. No, everybody is stupid. Everybody is stupid. Everybody is fucking stupid. Whether Democrat or Republican, it is what it is. I can't wait. I'm praying that one day I will be able to live abroad. I haven't decided where I want to live at. France, Italy, Japan. Well, I'm not ready for Japan because I don't speak any Japanese. But I'm learning my French and Italian right now. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I don't know if I will be giving up my US citizenship or not. I cannot wait. Americans are so fucking dumb. So fucking dumb. Spoiled little brats can't even make small, tiny sacrifices in order to save themselves and their loved ones. Want to do shit just because they can, and them doing shit got no logic to it, no logic, no reason. It's just because I can. It's my rights to do whatever, and I'm gonna fucking do whatever. That type of attitude and stupidity, talking about being in your house in the comfort of your home, is a fucking prison. Bitch, I can't. Someone please save me. Someone please save me. Is there aliens to come out of fucking space to beam me up, Scotty? Can I be with ET? ET phone home? Can I contact the fucking aliens? Aliens. I need the aliens to come and take me away to a better civilization. I cannot. And I'm going to go and do something productive. I've been talking for an hour and 30 minutes. I'm going to study my Italian and French for the next 3 to 4 hours. So one day I can have the opportunity to get the fuck out of here, out of this dumb ass country. This fucking dumb ass country where people cannot think worth shit. The more I talk, the more I get disgusted. So let me go and drink some common lavender tea up in my goddamn kitchen pantry. Bye, everybody.